I'm with women's soccer coach Neil Cassidy. Coach, as I talked to Pete Watkins earlier today, welcome to St. Mary's. You're in your first year here at St. Mary's as the head coach. Talk a little bit about your time before you came to St. Mary's, just a little brief history of Neil Cassidy, the coach.
Well, collegiately, I was actually a volunteer here in 2004, 2006 with the guy side, kind of volunteer goalkeeper coach. When Coach Luzzy left, they hired some new staff and they wanted to bring in their own staff, which is completely fine. Then I moved to Carleton College for the past 5 years as an assistant there with the women's program.
So obviously you know the MIAC a little bit, you've known about St. Mary's. I know when we talked off camera when you were first hired, you kind of jumped at the opportunity to get back to St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean it's just the whole family atmosphere. I brought in just my family yesterday and they were so welcome. I think everybody that's been in, it's been a real feeling of togetherness and family, which I want to create through our program as well.
Talk a little bit about the first week or so that you've had the ladies back now. You're kind of getting into routines. Obviously, they've got to learn what you're all about. You've got to learn what they're all about. Talk about the first week and how things have been going.
We had a couple of injuries, which we're getting back from, which is expected with pre-season. We're just making sure that the ladies know that their first thought should be to take care of themselves. We've been doing a lot of work on coming together as the family, the soccer family, knowing that we can trust each other, and that has been going really, really well. I'm so proud of the ladies so far for what they've accomplished both on and off the field. It's just seeing them grow from levels to levels, both personalities with each other on the field, off the field. So far it's been an awesome experience, and I think if we continue on that track, it's going to be a pretty good season. You know,
we talk about learning experiences as they get used to learning from you. Obviously, you've got to get used to learning of being a head coach. This is your first head coaching opportunity. Any obstacles so far that you've seen that maybe weren't expected?
No, I mean I've been a head coach in other things within a higher level before. So some of the things that have helped me with that is just dealing with players, making sure that they know they're heard. And again, we're a squad of players. We're always there for each other. Yeah, there are only 11 that can play and on any given time, but it's not who starts, it's not who finishes, it's the whole collective experience that I'm trying to promote.
You know, as you prepare for this season now, obviously one of the things you have to prepare for and make amends for is the fact that you did lose Amy Civic, who graduated. She was a 4-year starter here, also led the team in scoring for 4 years. That's a big hole to fill.
You can look at it in, I think, a couple of different ways. I've never been a part of that experience, so for me it's starting afresh. So for me, I've not lost anything. I've kind of gained 20 players that I think we can switch around, but we can. My philosophy is that for the forwards to score, for the goalkeepers to stop the ball, they've either got to get through players or get the ball to players. So there's always the team aspects of things, and as long as we keep working together as a team, we've got some really good team things going, I think we'll be okay.
Talk a little bit about your approach to the season. What do you want to see from this team? You know, do you have any aspirations, goals for the season?
I have my own personal goals, which I don't think I'll share quite yet. I want the players to come up with their own goals, and I want to help them achieve their own goals. They're going to come up with individual goals, group goals, and team goals. Depending on where it is when in the season, we'll revisit them as needed.
You know, you had mentioned earlier that you came from Carleton, where you were an assistant for 5 years. You know the MIAC, which is an incredibly difficult soccer conference. Talk a little bit about the conference and just playing in the MIAC.
The MIAC is just second to none. I mean, you just look at the number of at-large bids on the women's side over the past 3 or 4 years to know that it's one of the top conferences in the nation. I've got great respect for every single coach that is in the MIAC. They all do a fantastic job, and I know it's kind of quite a close-knit community as well, and that we'll do as much as we can to help each other out against regional foes to get as many teams into the NCAA tournament as possible. So I'm lucky enough to know quite a lot of the head coaches. One of them is a certain alum from here, and I'm looking forward to going head to head against them.
Well, we're looking forward to having you here, and we're looking forward to what you can do with the women's soccer program. Good luck this year, and thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.